Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, I'm still working on using up some of that leftover roast. I think I'm going to do something just a little bit different with it tonight. So come on, go with me, and let's see what's cooking today. Today's dinner is going to be very, very simple. We're going to start with some leftover roast. We're also going to be using some hash browns, some shredded cheese, a little bit of green onion, and let's not forget the eggs. We're going to be using about 2 of those eggs. Let's go. I'm going to start by putting a little olive oil in this iron skillet back here. Now, the directions on this package of hash brown potatoes tells me to use a tablespoon of butter, but I'm not going to. I hope I don't regret it. And I may add butter to it also, but for starters, we're going to go with oil. Now I'm going to take about a cup of these hash browns and I'm going to put them in that skillet. Now in this skillet over here, I took my roast and I've tore it up in little bitty pieces. I got me a little bit of oil in here that I poured from my other skillet over in here. Just a smidge, not much at all. I want to crisp my roast up just a little bit and let it heat up. So it's on about a 4. Now back here on my iron skillet, you want to make sure whether you use butter or oil that it's good and hot. And you want to take about a cup of your hash brown potatoes and you just want to dump them in there. You hear that sizzle, so you know that the oil is good and hot. Now I'm just going to kind of spread them out a little bit in this pan. I've got it set on about a 4, so it's not too high of a heat. I don't want them to cook too fast, and I hope I don't mess them up. But I don't cook hash browns a lot, so I'm liable to. Now I'm going to go pretty simple on my seasoning. I'm going to use a little bit of salt. And of course a little bit of pepper. Now it's not going to take these too long because they weren't frozen hash browns. They're the kind that are refrigerated. And I'm going to use a little bit of onion powder in mine. I almost said onion salt. I don't even buy onion salt. I don't know where that was coming from. You season your hash browns any which way you want to. I'm also going to cut me a little bit of onion up in here, not a lot. Just a little bit. Just however you want to do it. If you don't want onion, don't put it in. It's just going to add some flavor. Got my roast heating up real good over here. I'm going to turn my heat up just a little bit to maybe about a 5.5. I'm turning my hash browns. It might have been a little soon, but that's okay. I don't want them sticking, and I think they're trying to. I think I am going to add a little bit of butter into this skillet. I'll put it right over here on this side so we can get in there and start melting down. We'll get it incorporated in just a minute. Now while I'm waiting on that butter to melt down in those hash browns, I've broke 2 eggs up into this bowl. Aren't those yolks pretty? Now I'm going to add a splash of milk in there. Got my roast back here and it is crisping up really good. I'm going to turn my heat back down on it and get ready to add our eggs. I'm going to add some butter into my pan. I'm just going to get these all mixed up. I've turned my hash browns. They're getting a nice crisp on them and browning up pretty good. But I'm going to add a little bit of cheese to them. That should do it. Now I'm going to put a lid on these to kind of help that cheese melt down a little bit. First, let me add a little bit of salt to my eggs, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of onion powder. Now I'm doing it directly into the eggs because my roast is seasoned, so I don't necessarily want any salt or anything on my roast, but I do want my eggs salted. And I'm afraid there won't be enough in the roast to salt them like I want them, so that's why I did that. Now back over here to our roast. And I'm just going to take my eggs and I'm going to pour it into my roast. And we're going to let that cook up. I'm also going to add a little bit of cheese into my egg and roast mixture over here. That should do it. Let's check in on our hash browns. Oh yeah, those are looking good. We're going to call these done. I'm also going to add in some green onion. And I'm probably just going to add all of it in. I think I will. Now I'm going to see if this is ready to be flipped. It may not be. I think part of it may be, but we may tear this one up. If we do, that's okay. Yeah, we're going to tear this one up. We might just have to call this a scrambled egg roast scramble. I don't know. We're going to flip it in sections. That's okay. It's still edible. Ooh-boos happen. We shall go on. Let's finish getting this cooked up. We're going to call these poor eggs done. Okay, y'all. Yes, hair is down, partially wet. I have a different top on because I'm in my jammers. And I took a shower in between all that. And I wasn't getting redressed just to do this. So, here you go. This is dinner. We have our hash browns. They actually turned out a whole lot better than I thought they were going to. I'm not a big hash brown maker, so I'm actually surprised at my own self on that one. What I'm a little disappointed in is this. This is supposed to have been an omelet. Now, I was using my roast, my green onions, some cheese, and of course eggs from my laying hens. And it didn't flip like I wanted it to, so it got kind of tore up. But that's okay. It's still edible, and we're going to give it a taste. You know, when your food don't turn out just like you wanted it to, it's not the end of the world. And what makes it even better is when, like me, you're cooking for yourself. It don't matter anyway what it looks like, because you're the only one eating it. So, we're going to try some of the eggs with the roast and green onion. It may not be that pretty, but it's that tasty. Now, we're going to try these hash browns. Samson's over here looking at me. He's wondering what I'm doing. No, sir, you cannot have any. Okay, let's try the hash browns. Oh yeah. Oh my. Those are delicious. Got leftover roast? Throw it in some eggs. Cook you some hash browns. Hey, you can do a lot with leftover roast. I'm gonna go eat. I hope you enjoyed today's video using up some leftover roast. If you've got leftover roast or leftover smoked pork or leftover whatever, it could be chicken. Get in that kitchen, look through your fridge, look through your pantry, look through your freezer. See what you've got hanging out in each of those areas and put that mind to work and see what you can come up with and make you a good dinner. It don't take a lot. It can be very minimal ingredients and you can come up with a wonderful meal. Have fun with it. So if you liked this video, go give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, share the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one.